Good morning, motherfuckers! おはようございます、皆さん。Good morning. How are y'all doing today? 皆さん、今日いかがお過ごしでしょうか？ I hope you are doing well on this fine morning. なんか、まあいい朝なんで、うまくやってると嬉しいかな。As for me, thank you for asking.Thank you for asking. 聞いてくれてありがとうございます。自分は大丈夫です。I'm alright. My arm is hurting because I had the jab yesterday. I had my first jab yesterday and it hurts now. 自分は今、腕が痛いんだよね。腕がちょっと。昨日、なんか、なんというの？コロナの、なんか、ワクチン打たれた。初めてのやつ。The first, like my first jab yesterday. And funny thing is, I actually, like, my arm, like, hurts a bit now, but I did not realize that's what it was because it hurts the exact same way that Dom's hurt. And I've been hitting the gym a little bit recently. 実は、痛かった時に、コロナのワクチンのせいということを知らなかったんですよ。ちょっと時間かかった、気づくのは。なぜかというと、最近もちょこちょこジムに行ってて、痛いの仕方同じ痛みなんで、ようわからなかった。But otherwise, I'm fine. No other side effects, so let's get started. それ以外はまあ大丈夫なんで始めよう。早速始めよう。Alright. Where were we last time? 前回はどこでしたっけ？ Okay, we're up to here. So, yes, the gate, the teleportation gate is fine for normal people. And then now we're talking about how's the gate for espers. Right?Let's get started. Hold on, what's with this sentence? Through this, we now knew that these warp gates were safe for humans. Because time was stopped inside the hyperdimensional pockets, the researchers had no memories of when they entered and passed through. Alright. I'm at work, but 頑張って大使. Thank you, Jacob!And good luck with your work. Well, ganbatte with your work. Actually, I don't like saying good luck, so you know what? Add oil. There you go. Add oil. Alright. 問題は超能力者の通過だ。Okay, first, the 通過 here, we're not going to put it into this sentence because 通過 means passing through. Like, so the problem is for espers passing through. So passing through, we don't need to repeat again because it's already here at the end of, because that's the whole topic. That's what everybody's talking about right now. So everybody. That's what the passage is talking about right now. Everybody. Have you heard about warp gates? Yeah, I have. Yeah. Okay, anyways. It's a bit more complicated for Esper, so we don't need to talk about passing through again. And so 問題, normally 問題 would be a problem, right? Like 問題があります. We have a problem, Houston. But here it's not necessarily a problem, as we will see in the following passage. So this is sort of like a translation based on context, rather than based on directly text. And lo, hey, how are you doing? Life is suffering. Life is just suffering. Bah. And congrats, Lo, again, for getting the shout out by Ayami. 非能力者が安全に通過したからといって超能力者が安全に通過できるとは限らない。 because... Oh, I discovered... I learned this other thing the other day. Control, backspace, deletes the entire word. Did you know that? Did you know that? Look. Boom. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, I mean, I actually want these words, so let's keep that there. But yeah. Just got back from work. It's 9 a.m. Do you work the night shift? You want a lullaby? I don't know any lullabies, man. What are good lullabies? Money, money, money. Money. That's probably not appropriate. I don't know any lullabies, man. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to... バカみたいほんとバカね君を追って傷ついて嘘が下手なくせに笑えない笑顔を見せた There you go. Did you know Alt F4 auto translate the whole page? Fuck you. I know about Alt F4, and you know how I feel about auto translation. It's because non-espers could pass through without issue. It did not necessarily mean the same for espers. そこで俺は PSI ドライブにそれぞれの血を入れ起動させた状態でワープゲートに投げ込んでみた。So I came up with the idea to throw PSI drives loaded with each person's blood through activated using each person's blood through the warp gate. 結果、俺、トーカーちゃん、翔太くん、イグ、クリス、親分、ミヤマ、電化の血を入れた PSI ドライブは何事もなく吐き出された。Consequently, long story short, end result, we probably don't need to do kekka. We probably don't need. Let's try to do it without it, and let's see if we can put it back in. Throw. My bad. Warine. Cool. Anyways, clipped. The PSI drives loaded with my Toka-chan's Shotaku's. That's a lot of possessive S's. Is there a way to not have this list be a list of possessives? Let's finish the sentence first, and then let's see if we can rearrange it. Chris says, oh yeah, boons, yeah, maz, and Denka's blood came back out the other side with no problems, no problemo. The PSI drives loaded with blood. The PSI drives loaded with. Hold on. PSI drives loaded with fuel processed belonging. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Now that looks a lot cleaner, doesn't it? A lot better. Or drawn from. So much better. So much better. Good example of how sometimes it's a little touches.はい、内部では時間が止まっているので、燃料の残量メモリーが放り込んだ瞬間が変わらない状態で放り出される。残量メモリーって何でしょう？ Remaining memory? That can't be a thing. Google, help please. Yeah, that's not it. That's not it. It's probably just remaining amount. Just 燃料の残量だけでいいんじゃないかな。メモリーはいらないでしょ。We don't need the memory here, do we? Lol. And because time was stopped inside the gate. Yeah, okay. Because time was stopped inside the amount of fuel inside the PSI drives thrown in. 不具合が起きたのは冠城さんとみきょちゃんの PSI ドライブだ。Things were a bit different when it came to Kaburagi-san and Mikyo-chan's PSI drives. 冠城さんの PSI ドライブは残量メモリーが大きく減った状態で吐き出された。冠城さん PSI drive came back out with the fuel significantly depleted. Is there anything to talk about in the sentence? Probably not. I don't think so. Aside from the fact that we're cutting out the word memory. これは冠城さんがワープゲートに入った場合、時間が停止せず意識を保ったまま悪間を漂う可能性を示している。This indicated the possibility that 冠城さん entered the warp gate, she would be float inside the hyper-dimensional space. Wow. Conscious and should be floating around inside hyperdimensional space, conscious and aware of time. Let's think about it. Let's think about this. 時間が停止せず, so time is not stopped for her. 意識を保ったまま, she maintains her consciousness. Right? And 悪間を漂う, floating about in hyperdimensional space, 可能性 possibility を示している。 indicating the possibility of that. This indicated possibility when Kaburagi-san entered the warp gate, she would be floating around inside the hyperdimensional space, conscious and fully conscious. Yeah, that's probably a bit better. And the reason why we switched it is because if we didn't, there was a slight possibility to misread this. Like fully conscious, the word fully could mistakenly be also applied to this. Although it's not a big problem. It's not like there's a problem about being fully aware of the passage of time. It just, just to be a bit clearer. Oh wait, no, the problem was like the word conscious could be like used as like an other word for it. Like conscious and like conscious sort of one meaning of conscious means to be aware of something, like to know something, right? So but here we want to talk about like her maintaining her consciousness. Hold on, aware of the passage of time and fully conscious. Yeah. So in this way, then there's no doubt, there's no misunderstanding. So we're talking about her being conscious. Yep. Done. この結果を受け、冠城さんがさらにいくつかの検知機器をワープゲートに投げ込みデータを取った後、巧妙な物理学者の何人か詳しい事情を伏せて意見を聞きに行った。In light of this, Kaburagi-san, I think I'll fall asleep to your keyboard SMR. Go ahead. And like even my keyboard, even I'm not typing fast enough, man. Something happened recently that made me feel like I type really slow. Oh dear. In light of this, 冠城がさらにいくつかのdetective equipment. A few more detective devices. Are they called detective devices or detection devices? Detectors. A few more I think detective devices works. Although technically it's not a detective, it's like it's a form of the word detect. Gained for more data, then brought all the went to consult some komyo, some famous guy, some renowned 物理学者 physicist, right? Yeah. Physicist. For his opinion without actually revealing the full circumstances. Well, revealing the full details. Let's keep that for now. このままにしよう。俺の頭ではどんな考察があったのか説明されてもさっぱりわからないが、とにかく熟考の末、問題ないと判断したらしい。 Uh, a lot was said that どんな考察 conclusions or something consideration inquiry investigation studies a few more studies were done that went completely over my head. No, that's not good. That's not good. I wanted to say this as in like he didn't understand it at all, but this makes it sort of like it went without his authority. Completely beyond my ken. No, also, check your Discord in 10 minutes or in 8 hours. Depends on when I wake up or the thing finishes when I'm awake. Okay, sure. I mean, basically I check my Discord pings quite quickly. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Pretty much I can't really stand it when there's like there's a ping on my Discord. I just have to check it. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, man. Though then it is a sure way of reaching me. And if I don't reply immediately, it likely means I was either not there, so I'm away from the computer, or I don't know how to answer you. A few more studies were done. 俺の頭ではどんな考察があったのか説明されてもさっぱりわからないか。Would be no problem. There we go. That looks a bit better. After much consideration, the details of which went completely over my head, the end conclusion was that there would be no problem. 少し緊張してワープゲーで入っていった冠城さん普通に出てきた。And so she gingerly stepped into the gate. Kaburagi-san gingerly stepped into the gate, then came back out without issue. Came back out. Yeah, let's go without issue. Now imagine you got mailed like Kento and it's 2K pings. Well, that's on them for not being there when the when the live TL was bugged. That's on them, man. And technically, yeah, I have Discord on my phone too, so I wouldn't be away for that long. Unless if I'm sleeping. If I'm sleeping, then there's no helping it, man. 少し緊張して、冠城さんが悪空間に入ると無重力で真っ暗闇の中で時間が経過していくのが感じられるらしいが、それだけで特に後遺症とか副作用とかそういうのはないようだ。Let's add this according to her. So this isn't in the source text, according to her, but it's here. This is explaining what happens when she goes in, and because this perspective right now is from Sago's perspective. So the only way that he would know what happens inside the gate is from listening to her. So in English, to help make the context a bit clearer, it helps, I suppose. This is the sort of thing that you can just add without really thinking about it. Yeah. Oh my god. Taishi sleeps. I sleep. Not that I don't want to sleep, but my body has to sleep. It's annoying, man. Like, come on, like, why do we have to sleep? It's such a waste of time, right? According to her, Kaburagi-san ga akuga ni hairu to, when she entered the hyperdimensional space, it felt like being in a space without gravity. Hey, lame. Dab. And thanks for the thumbs up, I guess. Just upload your brain to your computer. Shake my head. It's so easy. I wish I could, man. I wish I could. Hold on. Let's change this. Let's change this up. Because the source text is akuga ni hairu to. So that's why we did it when she entered hyperdimensional space. But let's change the form of this. Inside of the hyperdimensional space. Had no gravity. Was completely dark. And was completely dark. She could indeed feel time passing, but that was it. And there were no, and it did not appear, and there, 特にこういう種複されたかそういうのはないようだ. And there weren't any particular side effects or lingering symptoms from the experience. So here we did a weird thing. We did a really weird thing where we broke up a sentence not at a comma. We broke up the sentence, taking the idea and putting it into another sentence, right? Like here. So first of all, Kaburagi-san ga akuga ni hairu to. So this was the when she enters the hyperdimensional space. She feels kanjirareru mujuryoku, so no gravity. Makurayami, so it's entirely dark, and but jikan ga keika shite iku, but time passes. So first, we added this, according to her, to add context. Second, we changed the form where it's not when she goes in, but it's just the inside is like what it just is what it is. And then here we split up this. This is a list of 3 things, right? No gravity, completely dark, and time pass. But here, because we changed the form to what it is, the first 2 are objective, and the last is a sort of subjective, because time is sort of subjective, you know, but let's not get into it. So we changed the sentence so that it's just, the dimensional space is has no gravity and is completely dark. And then we changed, then we moved the last part to the next sentence. She could indeed feel time passing. This ga means but, or like, however. And so we connected that to this part. So she could indeed feel time passing, but that was it. So I get it. And there weren't any other particular side effects or lingering symptoms. 時に後遺症とか副作用とかそういうのはないようだ. And there weren't any. Yep. And so, yeah, that's what we did right there. Cool. Half my internet life, I thought SMH equals so much hate. Why? Why would you go there? Why would that be your first? My life has been a lie. Well, then you should. Well, I don't know how to say. If your life has been a lie and people tell you to stop lying, then does that mean you have to stop living? That's a weird take on that saying. I'm sorry. That's a weird thing to ask. 一方、みきおちゃんの PSI ドライブはもっとやばかった。In contrast, Mikyo-chan's PSI drive. Let's go. Mikyo-chan's PSI drive was a whole different matter altogether. Boom. 融合事故が起きたのだ。Fusion incident occurred. Nope. That's the wrong way to do that. Fusion happened. Okay, let's talk about this. 一方. So on the other hand, so this is sort of to change the tone of the to sort of break the flow of the text, right? It's like we're done talking about Kaburagi-san. Now let's talk about Mikyo-chan. So that's why there's ippo, which technically has the English translation of something like on the other hand, like or in contrast, something like that. But this suffices to break the flow of the text also. So we can do that, and then we don't have to be stuck with this weird thing because it wouldn't fit. Yeah. 融合事故が起きた. So 事故 means accident. Fusion accident happened. In this case, I would not put the word 事故. I would not bring it over. I would not bring the word accident over because the idea, it would sound clunky, right? It would sound clunky, so that's why we don't want it. And the reason and the justification for not having it is also there's sufficient context here where clearly this is something negative because we're saying a whole different matter altogether. Fusion happened, so the context is that fusion should not happen, right? It's good. It's okay, Taishi. It takes a degenerate to understand another degenerate. That is kind of true. Yeah. That works. Good logic. みきおちゃんの PSI ドライブをウォープゲートに投げ込んだ瞬間、しげじの胸のあたりに投げ込んだはずの PSI ドライブが出現。完全に臓器や肉と融合してしまっていて、しげじはショック症状を停止し失神した。The instant Mikyo-chan's PSI drive entered the warp gate, it reappeared in Shigeji's chest. It had completely fused with his body as if it was a part of his flesh or an organ. Causing him to faint with shock. This is serious stuff, man. This is serious stuff. That's mild horror right there. 軽くホラーです. Mayo, hey, how you doing? We're just talking about you. Good things, of course. We were saying how you like mayo and how that's a good thing. Yep, that's what we were talking about. Yep. それを見て、冠城さんは即座に時間を止め、停止した時間の中で俺は念力で癒着した PSI ドライブを摘出。緊急用に用意しておいたイグの治療 PSI ドライブを最大出力で発動し、事なき終えた。As soon as she saw what had happened, Kaburagi. No, we don't need that part. Kaburagi-san immediately stopped time. Allowing me to use telekinesis to retrieve the PSI drive to extract and use I then activated the healing PSI drive that we had prepared in advance for emergencies. Grabbed the healing PSI drive that we had prepared in advance for emergencies and activated it at full power. Thanks to this. 発動し、事なき終えた。Things the problem was resolved. Mayo? Ranch is where it's at. I guess. What's ranch, though? What is ranch? Sorry, I'm thinking about what ranch tastes like. I'm not sure I remember how it tastes like. Yeah, I don't really eat salads, so... I only know mayo. I don't really know ranch, I'm afraid. What do you guys eat salads? Is that a thing? Do you guys eat salads? Oh my god. I don't know why I sound so indignant. I don't know. Just because I don't eat it doesn't necessarily mean people don't eat it either. I know people eat salads. I know that's a thing. I don't know why I sounded so indignant about it. Thankfully, that's resolved. Thankfully, nothing else came out of. Salad. Yeah. Alright. Thanks for coming, Mayo. Thanks for dropping by. See ya. Lo, I was just reading your comment out loud. It's after I read it, then I had second thoughts about it. Taishi, they're Americans. They eat salads. I know it's a freedom thing we Asians wouldn't understand. Is it? I mean, salads is not a thing in Asian culture, is it? It just isn't. Almost never eat salads. What are salads? Salads are raw vegetables that you put together into a bowl and you mix it up and then you put sauce on it and then you eat the raw vegetables. Why would we do that? Why? Cook the damn things. Yeah, I don't understand, man. I don't understand. I mean, mayo at least you can use it to like dip things in. I mean, I suppose you can dip things into ranch too if that's a sauce. I don't know, man. Why are we talking about sauce? Let's move on. Thankfully, nothing else came out of it. Let me see if there's a better word for this. Kotonaki oeta. End without incidents. Thankfully, it did not turn into anything more serious. Save the day. Thankfully, everything ended up okay. Let's leave this for now. Nothing else came out of it. Yeah, okay. 迅速な対応のおかげで、重字や融合事項後も何事もなかったようにケロッとしていたが、PSI ドライブで、これなのだからみきおちゃん本人がワープゲートくぐるな到底無理だろ。大惨事が起きてしまう。Because of our 迅速な対応。Oh my god, I remember. 迅速な対応 is a phrase that was used very, very often when I was in a company. Because of our swift handling. Our response. Timely response. There we go. That's more corporate. Yeah, there we go. That's the word they use. That's the words the people use. Because of our timely response, CNG came out of the incident completely fine, and何がcompletely fine. ケロッとしていた. Completely fine and none the worse for wear, but PSI ダブルこれなのだからミカちゃん本人がワープでクールなとこで無理そうだ。Considering how considering how much of a problem it had been with just a PSI drive, it was clear that it was going to be outright impossible for Mikio-chan herself to step through. おそらくみきおちゃんとしげじは相性が良すぎるのだ。In all likelihood, this was because Mikio-chan and Shigeji were just too compatible. 超能力が激しく干渉し合う。Their respective superpowers were so similar that they would interfered with each other. 干渉 interfered, intervented, intercoherent. Now, yeah. There we go. Yes, that's bothering me. That is bothering me. I'll check it off stream. 同じ闇系の能力だからかもしれない。Both of them being yamiki. What does yamiki even mean? Like darkness. Both of them being darkness related. Being related to the dark. Related to darkness. Both of them being related to darkness. Probably had something to do with it. というわけで、ワープゲートのみきおちゃん以外が安全に通過できるという性能に落ち着いたハブルコになってしまってすまんな、みきおちゃん。And so, in the end, the conclusion was that all of us could use the warp gate except Mikyo-chan. That aside from Mikyo-chan, all of us could use the warp gate. Safely. Without worry. There we go. That's a bit better. Why this is better than safety than safely is I can't really explain it. It's a context thing, I think, and it's also sort of like the balance of the sentence. I don't know how to say what I'm thinking about it. But anyways, there it is. ハブルコになってすまんな、みきょちゃん。Sorry, you're the only one left out. みきょちゃん。改良していけばみきょちゃんも取れるようになるかもしれないから、金山テク開発組の今後の研究に期待だ。However, 改良していけば if the gate was further development of the gate might make it so that she could pass through. There's a different way. However, 希望在明天 hope laid in the future. No. Pong Kennedy, hi. How you doing, man? However, give I'm trying to juggle the various ideas around right now. However, Kaneyama Tech was continuing the development gates. For all we knew, there might be a day when she could also pass through safely. hold on. I feel like we really changed that sentence, so let's take a look at it, right? 改良していけば if it's developed, improved, みきおちゃんも取れるようになるかもしれないからみきおちゃんが取れるようになる、becomes such that みきおちゃん can also pass through、金山テック開発組の、so this 金山テックdevelopmental team の今後の研究 their research in the future に期待 placing your expectations, pinning your hopes on. So what we did here was we basically took the main ideas and then we reworded the entire thing. Basically, our Kaneyama Tech was continuing the development of the gate. For all we knew. So this for all we knew is sort of conveys the idea of pinning their hope, pinning the expectations on Kaneyama Tech, and then there might be a day can become so that she can also pass, maybe, and then maybe. So there might be a day when she also passes through safely. So that's a complete rewrite. There we go. Now, ワープゲートはまだ1体しか製造されていない。There was currently only one pair of the warp gate. Wrap gate! Kebabs. Adding mayo to kebabs. How does that feel? How does that feel? How does that taste? Actually, I wouldn't know. I almost never eat kebabs either. Hold on. I want to drink some water. Drinking water, I was staring at this. Currently, only one pair of the warp gate existed. Seimitsu kiki なので量産が効かないのだ。Because it was too 精密 it was too complicated, too detailed, too precise, too delicate. No, that's not quite it. Too, I feel like it's probably a synonym of complicated that we're going for. It's too complex, elaborate. There we go, now we're talking. It's too, let's go, elaborate to mass produce. Does mass produce have a hyphen? Mass produce. Mass produce. It does have a hyphen. All right. Mass produce. とりあえず魔法上の天の岩と地下秘密基地に設置しておいた。So we set them up at the magic castle and the underground and the secret base underneath 天の岩とそしてもう一つの進化型 PSI ドライブ変身リング Now I mentioned we also had another new PSI drive. It was the transformation ring. Here, let's go through this. Let's go through the explanation, and then let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, because I'm really excited about this. 変身リングは一体の指輪と一体の アンクレットからなる。Called it the transformation ring, but technically we were actually referring to a set of 2 rings and 2 anklets. それぞれに高機能トラッカーと PSI ドライブ機構が埋め込まれていて、着用者の体の形状を把握する。All of them contained precise trackers and PSI drive 機構 machinery parts mechanism that's enabled work together to 着用者の体の形状把握する to determine the wearer's body shape to grasp detect could be a good word. Yeah, okay, accurately detect the wearer's body shape. 指輪を打ち合わせることでスイッチが入り、黒もやが全身をまとい、悪眼通して戦闘スーツを召喚し、瞬間変装する。これで戦闘スーツは着替えのめんどくささからようやく解放される。When the 2 rings were 打ち合わせる。What do you hit together, clacked together. When the 2 rings were brought together. No, brought is not active enough. Smash is a bit too much. We don't want to break it. Clash. No, here. Clanked together, struck. When the 2 rings struck each other, then that makes it sound like that's an active verb. That makes it sound like the rings are doing it of the by themselves. Strike. Clink, jingle, resound, bong, reverberate, dinged, no. Struck. Is there a different way that we can reword this? 言い方あるのかな? Like, if you have 2 rings, clatter, clash, clang, jangle, smash, clack, shatter, crash. Katsunjama. I'm sort of curious what this is. No, we need to focus. By hitting the 2 rings together, I kind of still want to use a passive voice for this though. When the two rings were struck together, a black mist would envelope the wearer's body and instantaneously summon his or her battle suits from through a hyper dimension no pocket and 瞬間 and would summon the battle suit through a hyperdimensional pocket and immediately put it on them. Equip them. Equip the suit onto them. Is that the way to say that? I don't know. And instantaneously hold on. A black mist will envelop the wearer's body and instantaneously equip them with their battle suits. I'm hoping, let's do the next sentence first. I'm hoping that I can sort of offload some of the information onto the next sentence. But this was practically the solution to the annoyance of having to change into the battle suits. And instantaneously summon their battle suits through a hyperdimensional pocket and equip them in it. It sounds like a very plain way of saying that. The practical solution annoys having a change into I really wanted it into the damn thing. And change every time. というかね、出動前に数番かけて私服から戦闘服にもたもた着替えていたり、気がめんどくさかって制服のまま戦闘していたりした今までがおかしかったんだよ。Wait, how members to waste precious seconds physically changing into their battle suits before setting out for battle. No, before sorting. Sorting. The way our members had to waste precious seconds physically changing into their battle suits before sorting. And their okay, there's many things here. Okay, so first, Toka-chan and Shota-kun had to waste time physically changing into battle suits before sorting, and later they got tired of it. めんどくさかって、they got tired of it. 制服のまま戦闘していったりして、and so they just went to fight in their uniforms. Let's try to see if we can break this up into the multiple sentences. BTL, what's up, boss? Looks like you're working hard there. Thank you. Sort of. Yeah. I'm alright. My arm hurts, but otherwise, that's cool. And, yeah, looks like we're making good progress today. Yeah. How are you doing? We are... was first founded at the start. Shoda-kun and Toka-chan had to waste precious minutes physically changing into their battle suits before sorting. Somewhere along the way, they got tired of doing this. めんどくさがって、めんどくさがった。めんどくさい。Got too... They felt it was too much trouble to do so. Not worth the trouble. Like, it wasn't worth the trouble. And started heading to battles just in their school uniforms. See, neither of these was normal. Let me look at this again. This was practically a solution to the annoyance of having to change every time. At the start, Shoda-kun and Toka had to waste precious minutes physically changing the battle suits before sorting. Somewhere along the way, they felt like it wasn't worth the trouble and started heading to battles just in their school uniforms. Although we're used to it, neither of these was normal. Both of these were wrong. I feel like the nuance is slightly different. I think I might add another sentence to add the nuance. So something like I do not think of this as an improvement so much as finally reaching normalcy. Something like that. I'll probably look at it again in post, but yeah, something like that. 変身リングの開発実装に伴い戦闘スーツもバージョンアップした。イェーイ、in concert with the development and 開発実装 the release、implementation, mounting, insertion, the implementation of the transformation rings. We also upgraded everybody's battle suits. Yay! Yay for upgrades! Upgrades all around, all around. You get an upgrade. You get an upgrade. Everybody gets an upgrade. You. 今まではhow do you say this? 今までは傾向性や収納スペースの問題で入能性だったが、変身リングで装備を召喚できるようになった今、そのあたりに気を使う必要はない。遠慮なく重装化できる。Up to now, we had been restricted to using cloth. Out of worries about due to consideration of storage space and portability. However, now that the suits could be directly summoned, we no longer had to. This was no longer a worry. This was no longer an issue. We could go as heavy as we wanted. 新型戦闘スーツはスーツというよりアーマーだ。見た目は漆黒の軽装騎士のようである。The new suits were less suits and more armor. They looked like jet black light armor. Light armor for knights. Jet black. Okay, 軽装騎士。Lightweight, jet black, lightweight armor for knights. Yeah, I like that. So I didn't like the word light by itself because it seems at odds with this if you read it wrong. So now there's no way to read it wrong. 材質はチタンにパラジウム、プラチナ、ニッケルなどを添加し、チタニアム合金をベースに複数の性質の異なる合金を貼り合わせたもの。so much 漢字。関節部はアラミド、繊維強化、プラスチックでカバーしている。そこは全体的に薄めで体に張り付くようにできているので、防御力の割に軽く動きやすく、何よりもシュッとしていた。かっこいい。シュッとしていたとはどういうことでしょうか？ Yo, わからん。We're gonna have to look up a lot of things in this paragraph. Whee! The main materials were Chitan. Chitan is titanium, isn't it? There we go. Titanium. With titanium, palladium. Is that a thing? Do you use palladium to make armors? Not sure you do. Platina, so that's platinum. Platinum. Is platinum used for armors? Platinum armor. I mean, well, okay. Terraria says it is, so it's gotta be. Nickel. It just sounds like random element names. などを添加し、titanium合金. Come on now, this is titanium, isn't it? This is titanium. Was an alloy combining titanium, platinum, palladium, platinum, and nickel. Let's go among other things. 展開をベースに複数の性質の異なる合金に複数の性質の異なる合金。So it's many alloys, and each alloy is composed of many things. Penguin, good morning. I'm late. No problem. Thanks for coming. Good morning to you too. How's your morning? Fun fact, but there's also titanium and palladium armor in Terraria 2. Really? It's been ages since I played that game, man. It's been ages. I think... When was the best armor that I... Wow! All this wood armor. I don't recognize this. Oh my god. There's a lot of rain armor. What the hell? Snow armor. That's a lot of stuff. Cactus armor. My god, I don't remember all this. Iron armor, I definitely remember. Silver, I also remember. Gold, I remember. I think maybe platinum was the best that there was back when I played it. Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot. Nice. Nice. Ancient cobalt armor. That's basically Master Chief, isn't it? That looks like Master Chief. Damn. Molten armor. Ooh, it's been ages since I played it. Ages since I played the game. Absolute ages. It's a good game though. Let's see. 添加し、チタニウム合金をベースに複数の性質の異なる合金を貼り合わせてもらわす。An alloy. Okay, I feel like it's just many alloys of very different things, but when you put alloy with alloy, it's still an alloy, because an alloy just means metals put together. So you know what? We're just gonna stick with this. An alloy combining blah 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 among other things. Let's just go with that. Whatever. 関節部はアラマ What is this? 何これ? Aramid fiber. What is aramid fiber? For the joints, we used aramid fiber. Aramid fiber. Is this a thing? Huh? Okay, they're used in aerospace and military. Blah, fine. アラミッド繊維強化プラスチックでカバーしている。Plastic strengthened synthetic fiber. 強化 strengthened with aramid fiber. Is that a thing? Is that okay? Let's look at what aramid fiber actually is. All the research that we have to do. Terraria has come a long way. There's a lot of content in the game now. That's the impression I got. Yes. I only have to do. Back when I played, the biggest boss was the one in the Nether, in Hell, like the wall boss. That was it. I imagine there are a lot more bosses now, right? Aramid fibers are a class of heat-resistant and strong synthetic. Let's do this. Let's do this in a British accent, because aramid fibers are a class of heat-resistant and strong synthetic fibers. They're used in aerospace and military applications for ballistic-rated body armor fabric and ballistic composites, in marine cordage, marine hull and reinforcement, and as an asbestos substitute. The name is a blend of aromatic polyamide. FTC gave the name in 1974. That was not British at all. There was nothing British about that at all. I still don't know what it is. It's fiber. It's synthetic fiber, so it can't be incorporated into plastic. Huh? So why is this called plastic? 関節部アラミド繊維強化プラスチック. What? Oh, it's a whole thing. Oh. Oh, it's a whole thing. Fiber reinforced plastic. Alright, I'll take it. Fiber reinforced plastic was how about let's do the sentence like that. Fiber reinforced plastic was used to cover the joints. The main materials and alloy combining titanium, palladium, platinum, and nickel, among other things. And fiber reinforced plastic was used to cover the joints. Let's go with that. Yeah. There's at least twice as much bosses now. Woo! Damn. Dude, like Terraria is like different memories for me. Terraria, because like for Terraria, I'm probably dating myself here, but it doesn't matter. I you guys already know how old I am. It's fine. I was in college. I was in university, and I played Terraria with my roommate. So like it was like the two of us. We would like get together, and then we're like be like, hey, you want to play Terraria tonight? And I was like, yeah. And then we would play together on the same world through LAN. So that was my memories of Terraria. Like, it was so fun. It was a lot of fun. It's really fun playing it with friends. Hi. And then we do the boss fights together, and then we would die, and then we're like, no, wait for me. I have good memories of the game. Where was I? 装甲は全体的に薄めで、体に張り付くようにできているので、防御力の割に軽く動きやすく、何よりもシュッとしていてかっこいい。シュッとしている。これはどういう意味でしょうか？シュッとしている。英語 please. Google. Why? Google. What? Where's the English? Where's the English? Okay, there we go. Smart. Stylish. Okay. Overall design was, let's go, form-fitting. そこは全体的に薄め、was thin and form-fitting, offering防御力の割に軽く. It was light despite being protective. Let's go. Let's just was thin and form-fitting, which enabled it to provide high protectability in spite of the lightweight that's a whole thing which breaks the flow of the list. Same, I used to play through LAN with my childhood friend, which brings back bittersweet memories since we kind of drifted apart. Used to go over to their house and spend a lot of time playing together. Oh, it's the same. I've also sort of drifted away from that friend, but that's because I was in college, which means he was an exchange student, so he went back to his own country. So we also sort of drifted apart, but I don't know, like, okay, like the thing with guy friends is if you're actually friends between two guys, like, it's sort of like, it doesn't really matter that you drift apart. Like, if you, like, it can be years later and then you hit them up and it's like, it's the same from before, right? Like, you can talk about similarly deep stuff or just, it's, you don't really have to build the relationship back again. I feel like that's how it is for guy friends that are close enough together. Obviously, if it was just an acquaintance, then obviously that's not the case. But if you were close enough, I feel like years later on, you can just randomly hit them up and just talk, and it's like, yeah, cool, hey, what's up? I feel like so that's how it is with me and that friend. So I should probably contact him sometime. Just randomly shoot the breeze. That would be fun. I do wonder what he's doing now. But yeah, going to somebody's house and playing together, that's something that I've always wanted to do, but I've never really managed to do. That wasn't really part of my childhood. I really adored it. I really wanted to. I only went to a friend's house to play like once. So that was the afternoon. That was the single afternoon where I played Halo with a controller and I got killed a whole ton. That's the only experience that I had of playing with a controller until last week when I used the controller to play Yakuza 0. That was the only time I went to a friend's house to play. Nah. Let's look at the sentence. Overall design was thin and form. Let's just break out in a different sentence. It was light, protective, stylish, and it was really protective. Considering how light it was. It was light yet protective. Did not hinder movement. Was easy to move around in. And most importantly, chic and stylish. Yeah, smart. Yeah, let's go. Chic and stylish. Yeah. Light yet protective, easy to move around in, and most importantly, chic and stylish. Yeah. Because it has to be stylish, right? I mean, it's like, come on, we're talking about a secret organization with espers with battle armor. It has to be stylish. It cannot look stupid. Come on, that's basic secret organization 101. I should develop the trauma of FPS games and controls after that day with Halo. I died so many times, you know, like, I don't know. Like even if I see the dude and we both start firing at each other at the same time, I would die. I don't know. I can't aim or something. Blah. かっこいいのは重要だ。極論、アマテラスが戦う敵が全て俺が用意して、攻撃力も自在に変えられるのだから、装甲の厚さはぶっちゃけ意味がない。The look was important. Or, looking cool was important. 極論 To be blunt, Amaterasuが all the enemies that Amaterasu fought were prepared by me, which meant all the enemies that Amaterasu fought were prepared by me, and their attack power consequently, their attack power I could change their attack power as much as I wanted. I could make their attack power whatever I wanted. To be blunt, was not important at all. Unimportant. Entirely, the thickness of the armor was entirely inconsequential. Yeah. Don't worry, Taishi. I also suck at FPS games too. I understand the pain of getting absolutely destroyed by your friend in 1v1. It wasn't 1v1. It was like 4 of us played together because, you know, like one screen and you can break up in 4 screens. They weren't ganging up on me. They weren't doing that. It just, you know, if I appear, then they would kill me. It wasn't ganging up. It's just I sucked too much. You know, like, you know, that's how you play those games, right? If you see someone, then you shoot them and you kill them, right? I just kept stumbling in front of everybody, I guess. But yeah, I'm glad to see that I have a friend who also does not do FPS that good. That's why you're not gonna see me streaming Apex or whatever, man. That's not happening. Unless if if I'm doing it with someone, and two, if we're going into it with the expectation of just sucking, it's just gonna be like a stream where we just fail all the time. Then I might do it, but like otherwise, no, not really, not really. Was that like a chicken dinner? No chicken dinner for me. 極論 So because I used blunt twice, let's sort of change it. Extreme logic, unreserved argument. What does this even mean? どういう意味これ？どういう意味？ Extreme looking cool was important. To be blunt, all the enemies in Ambertown's font were controlled and prepared by me. Meant I could freely alter their attack power. Consequently, the thickness of armor was entirely inconsequential. Their attack power over 9,000. 30cm の厚さの鋼鉄の盾でも俺が本気を出せばぶち抜くどころかチリになるし 0.1mm 以下の紙でも怪我減すれば貫通しない。だから実用性に配慮しつつも見た目とロマン重心だ。If I got serious, I could obliterate. Is there a stronger word than obliterate? I could eradicate. Could reduce a 30cm made of pure steel to mere atoms. If I got to, I reduced a 30cm shield made of pure steel to mere atoms. On the other hand, if I held back, I could make it so that I couldn't even puncture a piece of paper 0.1 mm thick. Is that how thick paper is? How thick is paper? 0.1 mm. Really? Maybe. I wouldn't know. Gonna grab a snack and move on to the laptop. Be right back. Sure thing. Grab your snack. It's breakfast probably, right? Couldn't even puncture a piece of paper. だから実用性に配慮しつつも見た目。This was why, although we did put thought into the practicality of the armor, our main focus was on its appearance and Roman. I never know how to translate Roman. Roman. And what's on its appearance was on making it look cool, cute. I can't spell it. Should I leave that there? このままにする where the cute people hang out. You know what? I feel like it could I feel like it does well there. I feel like it does. これ自由運動マンと言われてるからさ、そう。地下合金製でシャープなデザインの全身鎧なんてかっこいいに決まってるな。Made of titanium alloy. Made of a titanium sharp na design. With a sharp design. Sharp looking design. Made of titanium alloy. Nope, that's not it. That's not it. Let's do it again. Let's flip that from negative to positive. Of course, a full body armor, a sharp looking, with a sharp looking design made of titanium alloy was going to be cool. Is there a different word for cool? Okay. I feel like we've been overusing the word a little bit. Impressive. I really like this description. Marked by a characteristic deemed as being impressive with regards to fashion. It's like the most long-winded way of saying cool. Oh dear. Of course, it was gonna look hip. I feel like that's stylish, smart, modern, sharp. Oh dear, I have a bad idea. The word drip just came to mind. That's probably not the right word to use here, right? That's a word that I'm not familiar with. I probably shouldn't use it here, right? Pretty much a definition more than a translation. Pretty much. You know what? Let's flip this. Let's flip and flip it. We flipped it from negative to positive. Let's flip this from narration to internal thought. We're talking a full body armor. Sharp looking design made of titanium alloy here. Of course, it's gotta be. No, I shouldn't do that. No, I shouldn't do that. Of course, it's gotta. But I want a different word for cool, and there's nothing good here. Of course, it's gotta look stylish, and the word doesn't fit the voice. Of course, it's gotta look. It's gotta set trends. Snazzy. I feel like this word dates me, probably. The fact that I want to use this word. What's Tony? What? What's Tony? It's gotta look fresh. Okay, man, like this is starting to get into like words that I don't really understand. It's what a fleek. What? This is starting to get into like young people words, young people vocabulary that I don't understand. Maybe awesome. You know what? I kind of like that. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. というわけでですね、返信リングの配布です。And so I went to distribute the transformation. I went to hand out transformation ring. 翔太くんとトウカちゃん、カブラギさんについて天の岩戸に呼び出して渡してすぐに済んだが、みきおちゃんは病院暮らしなので俺が出向かないといけない。太田総合医療病院の特別病棟を訪ねると、最近髪のがいいみきおちゃんがしげじで一緒にどんぐりに爪楊枝を刺して作ったレトロすぎる独楽コマ。マジか、コマで遊んでるの？コマでバトルしてた。They're playingみきおちゃん、しげじ are playing tops in the hospital. おじいちゃんと孫かな。なんかコマが悪化に消えたり影分身したりしているけど。Dude, what are you doing? As I said, now I had a moment of clarity and realized that my breakfast for the past few days has been a bunch of bottles of strawberry milk. All right. As if it works for you, then I guess. If it works for you. Thank you, Randu. Thank you. And so I, Shota-kun and Shota-kun, Toka-chan, and Kaburagi-san. I could just call to Ama no Iwato, so I was done in no time. すんだが、みきおちゃんは病院暮らしなので、みきおちゃん however, lived in a hospital, and so I had to go to her myself. Ota, General Ota Hospital, right? That was what we were going with, right? We did not put it down. Oh dear. Oh dear. Meh. Yeah, let's just do that. When I arrived at the special ward at Ota General Hospital, I found whose facial color had been pretty good lately. that was for facial color. Is facial color a thing in English? Facial color. What's facial Colorado Springs? What? Facial color. Yeah, I guess it sort of is a thing. Like, it's not a thing, but like people would understand it, I feel like, right? Plexion. Together with Shigeji. To 一緒にどんぐりに爪楊枝を刺して、どんぐりとは何でしょう。どんぐり、どんぐり、どんどんどんどんどんどんどんどんどんどんどんどんどんどん。That's like acorn. Oh, I see. So they took toothpicks and it's sticking into acorns and they're using it as tops. Oh my god, so old school. Together Shigeji battling Shigeji using tops made from acorns, sticking toothpicks into acorns. Tsumayoji を刺して作ったレトロすぎるごま。Unbelievably retro tops made from stick. Is retro the right word? Is that the right word here? I feel like not really. I feel like it has a slightly different nuance. Quaint, vintage, definitely not vintage, definitely not antique, old fangled. Let's leave that for now. You mean like green, feeling sick, well, or really pale? Yeah, so I went with the word complexion instead. Battling Shigeji using unbelievably retro tops made from sticking toothpicks that were basically acorns with toothpicks. Acorns protruded, perforated. No, perforated is not right. That were basically acorns with toothpicks stuck inside. This is crap. なんかゴマが顎がに消えたり影分身したりしてるけど seeing things or are the tops teleporting and splitting into So this is obviously Shigeji, and this is Mikio-chan. There you go. Pallor. Complexion is fine. Complexion is fine, I think. おや、三号くん。マスター、こんにちは。お、三号くん。はい、マスター。二人の挨拶に軽くうなずいて答え、雰囲気を出すためだけに用意したアタッシュケースをベッド横のぶつ机にこれ見よがしに置く。I nodded lightly in response to their greetings, then lifted the attache case that I had brought just for looks. I think this has a thingy, right? Yeah, there we go. Attache case. Lifted the attache case that I had brought just for looks. And placed it prominently on top of the Japanese style writing desk next to the bed. ほう、もしやこれは例の話のwhole. I always have trouble translating the whole. Like, もしやそれは例の話の Could it be? Is that what you mentioned the other day? The thing you mentioned the other day. The rings. Retro to me sounds like clothing from the 60s or something. Yeah, I know the word retro has a slightly different nuance in English. Oh! Is that better? I think that's slightly better. Dated. I'll leave that for now and I'll think about it later in post. Yeah, let's do that. しげじは目を輝かせ、立ち上がり、待ちきれないといった様子でアタッシュケースに手を伸ばしたが、思いとどまって一歩下がり、仰々しくみきょうちゃんに一礼し、手で促した。Ladies first だ。日の影くん。しげじかっこつけてないと死ぬの？Shigeji stood up, his eyes glittering, his eyes sparkling, sparkles in his eyes, and reached out towards the attached case. However, he stopped himself 思いとどまって、一歩下がり。He stopped himself, took a step back, and bowed. よろしく。And did an exaggerated bow. And bowed exaggeratedly. I need a bit better word for this. Exaggeratedly. Elaborately. Reverently, although he's not reverent, but like what he's doing is compliantly, appreciatively, courteously. Hey. Gentlemanly. However, he stopped himself, took a step back, and bowed gentlemanly towards Mikio-chan. 一礼し、手でhow do I describe this? I'm doing it with my hand right now. He bowed and then he used the hand to gesture towards the case. Shigeji stood up, sparkles in his eyes, and reached out towards the attached case. However, he stopped himself, took a step back, and bowed gentlemanly. Does that work? Does that work? I don't know. Maybe not. Ladies first. Hinokage-kun. As they say, ladies first. After you. しげじはかっこつけてないと死ぬの。Would it kill you? Would you die if you don't? かっこつける。かっこつけるはどうやって翻訳しましょう。かっこつける。英語 please. 単価 Stop acting cool. Is acting cool to your survival? Is acting cool basically she's asking if would he die, like he's acting cool here unnecessarily, so she's like, would you die if you don't do that? Like, do you have to do that? Bowed in an exaggeratedly courteous manner. I love that. Thank you. As they say, ladies first. We're almost there. almost there. Yeah, I finally finished it today. How do we do this? Would you die if you stop acting cool? Is acting cool a necessary bodily function for you? Let's go. Let's go. What do you say? If you want to point out Steve Bannon needed, yeah. Would it kill you if you stop? Penguin, you're on a roll today. Oh, I really like this one. Would it kill you if you stop? Yes, I really like it. Thank you so much. Mikio-chan wa karuguchi o tataki nagara. You like this one? Ignore his suggestion. Really? Would it kill you to act normally? No, that's not what she's asking. She's not asking him to act normally, because if you ask someone like, would it kill you to act normally? Basically, you want them to act normally. But here she's not. It's not that she wants him to act normally. She's just dissing him. She's just dunking on him. You know what? Okay, I'll take this. I'll keep this. みきおちゃんは軽口叩きながらもまんざらでもなさそうにアタッシュケースを開け、自分のイニシャルが彫金されているリングを手に取り装着している。Despite her acidic words, みきおちゃん did not look entirely displeased. She did not look entirely displeased. No. Despite her acidic words, Mikio-chan looked rather pleased. Smug. Nah, she's not smug here. That's a bit different. Not bad after all. Like basically she is. I feel like sometimes when I try to explain things out loud, it gives me the words that I need. But like, okay, so like she's not that unhappy about can go first, because she's interested too. She's happy about the rings also. Didn't see his first before typing one day. Don't worry. 軽口を叩きながらもまんざらでもなさそうにダメ違う I wanted this one. did not look it's fine different word for unhappy. She's not unhappy, but no, that's not that did not look all that that's I cannot beatbox. That is not a quality that I have. That's not a talent I have. Did not look. You know what? We should probably flip this. In spite of her acidic words, Mikio-chan looked somewhat excited herself as she stretched out a hand to open the attached case. I feel like this and this doesn't really link. Well, technically it doesn't have to be in spite of her acidic words. I don't want it to be exactly excitedly. I want to dial it down a little bit more. Exchanged light banter. I don't even know what the song that is. Pleased. She looked pleased. No. Appreciative of his gesture. I guess that's better. Yeah, now it links. Now it links here. I mean, I wasn't entirely sure what the manzara demo nasaso, what that was referring to, but I guess that sort of works. Looks somewhat appreciative of his gesture. As she stretched out, I had to open the attached case. And picked up the rings engraved with her initials. このリング左右あるの？大きいのが足だよね。Right and left. Does it matter which ring goes on which hand? The large ones, the big ones, are for go on ankles, right? Yeah. このリング左右あるの? It's like, is there like a left and a right to the rings? But again, I feel like it sounds a bit more natural being like this. So yeah. And then the large ones, 大きいのが足だよね。And large ones go on ankles. There we go. Somewhere between bothered and put off. Yeah. I feel like koi isn't the right one. Da 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 da. Yeah, this is not quite it. Nope, not quite it. Yeah, it's fine. I'll leave it like that. Da 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 da. 街並みのだらだらだらだだらだだだらだだだだらだだだらだだだだらだだ different koi. 待て待て待て。説明書が入っとる。ふむ、あるわ。左か。ライトだから右ね。Hold on, how do I translate this? Hold on, god damn it. Okay, so I've mentioned this before, right? About how, like, in Japanese, they put the dialogue as separate from the paragraphs. Unlike in English, where you would have dialogue and you would have a description. All right, and I also mentioned how in this fan translation, I decided to keep the original Japanese structure. So here, in Japanese, it's pretty obvious that this line belongs to Shigeji. Right, just because 入っとる 入っている is the normal one, and then 入っとる is sort of like his control, the way he speaks, his manner of speech. But in English, we can't translate a manner of speech. So one way that I have to identify this sentence as being belonging to Shigeji is to add this. Because this is the unique way in which he refers to Mikio-chan. So there you go. That's just a quick tip. 待て待て、説明書が入ってる。Hold on a moment. Hirokage-kun. There is 説明書 here. There is a manual. A user's manual. R は左か R is left. See, this doesn't work in English. No, what do we do? This works only in Japanese because ある hidari means left in Japanese, right? So like Shigeji sucks in English, and it seems like R is hidari. Like obviously he's just spouting bullshit. It was a 50-50 for him, and he guessed wrong. That's what he was doing. R, but in English, it's very self-obvious. R is right, and L is left. How should we do this? Oh dear. We'll pull out my light sticks if we had emotes here. Hi, Taishi. Hi, Jensen. How are you doing? R is... See? Just to show you how it doesn't work in English, let me also do the next line, right? R はライトだから右ね。R stands for right. So, it's right. See, it doesn't work. This just makes him sound stupid. He got... それなら右とほっておけばよかろうに。日本語を使え、日本語。Carved. What should we do? What should we do? This one's difficult. Thank you. Thank you for acknowledgement, Penguin. What do we do? Well, okay. Let's think about this. How else do manufacturers indicate left and right aside from the very obvious and very reasonable way of putting L and R? I could just. This is the stupidest idea. And I just got left hidari. No. 어떡해 이게 어떡하죠? 저도 몰라. Hidari is H. This is the sort of shit that we translators waste tons of time on. Stupid things like this. Jokes do not translate well. This is my pain. Understand my pain. Use another language on the rings like French. That makes even less sense. Cause there are no other languages involved in this scene. Like there's Japanese and there's English. There's been no sign of any of them being able to speak any other language like French. Penguin, I think this is one of those lines where you have to put a T and explain the line here for the readers. I don't want to do that though. This is one of those things where like I feel like if I put a TN, I lose. It won't make sense at all. I know. But 어떡하죠? 아루와 히다리까. Are there like icons that people do? Point left, point right. We might have to completely replace this joke, man. I would rather completely replace the jokes than use a TN here, man. R. No, this doesn't work. This doesn't work. No, I thought I had a good idea. But no, that wasn't it. Sorry, bro. You're a professional. I feel your pain. Thank you for feeling my pain. Thank you. Oh wait, you can put a symbol of the right hand on the right one and the left hand on the left one. If I use an emoji here, it makes the manufacturers look stupid. Maybe. How about? Let's try this. Yes. They are directioned. Let's go with this, I guess. Let's go with this. You go like this, and there's a hand here. Is it the left one? Thumb is on the left side, so it's meant to be a right hand or something. Yeah, no, I considered that, but again, it would make the manufacturers look stupid putting a picture instead of actual L and R. So, yeah, let's just replace the joke like this. Let's do this. Creative liberty. Very, very, very big. There really isn't much that we can do, man, as translators, man. Yeah, let's just do that. I call it仲がいい。しかし、それだけにみきおちゃんが相変わらず病院暮らしなのが惜しまれる。みきおちゃんは何も病院に無理やり縛り付けられているわけではない。病弱だから病院にいるのが一番いいのだ。正直、夏に不衛生な下水道探検をさせたのも健康的によろしくない。特にはよろしくないことをするのも人生の醍醐味だと思うが、ミカちゃんの先天疾患は人生の足かせとして厳しすぎる。セガの闇で戦う、飛んだり跳ねたり、激しく動くだけで大きな負担になってしまうのだ。そしてその足かけを外すべく、みきおパパは頑張ってらっしゃるわけだ。Okay, are they gonna do something about みきおちゃん Your way of doing it looks better, I think. Thank you. Thank you. That's the best I can come up with. And we spent like a whole 10 minutes on a single joke. I love jokes. I love jokes as much as the next person, but damn, they take time. That was a pain to translate, low. I know. Couldn't help but think it oshimareru. It's regretful. Think it a pity. Hospital bound. Mika-chan は何も病院に無理やり縛り付けられてるわけではない。She was not forcibly She was not exactly hospital bound, as in she was staying there only because she was sickly and it was best to be close to care. Honestly, 正直夏に不衛生な下水道探検をさせてるのも健康的。Exploring the sewers during summertime was not a particularly hygienic thing to do. 時々よろしくないことをするのもNo, we need to redo this because yoroshikunai and yoroshikunai as there's another joke here, but this one is a bit easier to do. Honestly, exploring the sewers during summertime was a pretty bad idea. Here, I'll translate the next sentence so that you guys can see how the joke works. 時にはよろしくないことをするのも人生の醍醐味だと思うが、personally thought that doing the occasional bad idea was a part of enjoyment. And parcel of enjoying life. But Miki-chan の先天疾患は人生 natural her genetic disease. は人生の足かせとして厳しすぎる。Shackles. Okay, let's go back and review the sort of it's not even a full joke. It's like wordplay. Honestly, admittedly, exploring the sewer string summertime wasn't the greatest idea. From a hygienic standpoint. Personally thought that carrying out the occasional bad idea as part and parcel of enjoying life, Miko-chan's genetic disease was far too heavy an encumbrance to her living her life. 世界の闇と戦い、飛んだり跳ねたり激しく動くだけで大きな負担になってしまう。Flying, jumping, and vigorous movements involved with fighting against world shadows would be too draining, too heavy, too much of a burden. そしてその足かせを外すべきミコパパは頑張ってらっしゃるわけで。実は okay, I want to read the rest to sort of translate this because we're ending the passage. The author is probably wrapping things up from narrative point of view. Let's see. 先天性疾患は生まれついての遺伝子異常で万能治療である医具の超能力でも治らない。しかし時に人類が何千年もかけて積み上げてきた科学は超能力を凌駕する。ミコちゃんを癒すその科学結晶の人の名を遺伝子治療という。Gene therapy. Are we going there? We're going to gene therapy. Oh dear. Oh dear. What are... just seeing the word and I can imagine all the research that we're going to do the next chapter. Ha! Regards to this, Miko-chan's papa was working hard. So, what happened was we took this line and we moved it down to this paragraph because now we're talking about her papa. In Japanese, this sort of acts as a way to end this paragraph, but here I think we rather use it to start a new paragraph. Yeah. 先天性疾患生まれついての遺伝子 genetic disorder abnormality genetic diseases were caused by abnormalities at the genetic level. Obviously. Obviously. Even eggs, 万能治療 healing ability could not cause abnormality at the genetic level. しかし時に人類は何千年もかけて積み上げてきた。Times what humanity has had 1,000 years of human technological improvement. 1,000 years of human technological development could surpass even superpowers. ミキオちゃんは、Yes、その過去の結晶の一つの名前を The name of this crystallization of human effort was gene therapy. In this case, just for her, was gene therapy. That's it. I think too heavy and encumbrous living her life sounds a bit off. It is, isn't it? It's a bit wordy, and the voice is a bit different. Yeah. Yeah, that's a bit lighter. That's a bit better. But yeah. We are done! Yay! Already! 3 streams. 3 streams, which means a total of 9 hours, people. 9 hours. For 12 pages. Well, it's more like 11 pages and a bit. 11 pages and a bit, so... Yay, we're done. なんでいきなりサイドチェスト Oh, I don't know where that came from. いきなりどうしたYay, we're done. Clackety clack, keyboard goes brr. Brr. I don't know how to roll my tongue, so I cannot do that. But yay, we're done already. Yay. Now I have to actually edit this. I have to go through this in post and then take out all the weird sounding parts and all that. So I'm gonna do that. And yes, finally, this chapter will be released on the website this Saturday. Yay! As always, I guess I was baiting you to sing Onegaemasu. I don't know the lyrics to Onegaemasu. Da 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 Onegaemasu. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. That's all I know. Congrats on finishing the chapter. Thank you. So I mean, since we only have about like 13 minutes left, we might as well end the stream here. And then I'll go edit this, and then we will release on the website on Saturday. Whee! And as always, I guess this is just a thing that I'm gonna do now. So here is the website. Here's the thing. As always, Volume 1, Volume 2. Go buy that. JNC for English, and then original for Japanese to support the author. And then this is all the other chapters that we've worked on so far. Whee! How far are we? We're only halfway through the chapter, huh? We're only halfway through the chapter. I mean the volume. Can you imagine what is going to go on? There's still... Ooh. Lots of potential for hijinks. As you can expect from this series. So yay! Congrats from Randrews. Thank you, Randrews. Thank you. Alright, with that, I'm gonna end the stream, I guess. Everybody, you have yourselves a great day. And yeah, I'll see you again on Thursday for piano, I guess. Yay! I'm still practicing the piano, but progress is slow. You guys have a nice day. See you. Bye bye.